All right, take seven. Uh, it is November 2nd of 2025. We're working through the Bible in a year plan, and I have been just covered up. No excuses. I shouldn't allow that. I should make time to do this more often because this community and y'all are so important to me. Um, but I traveled today, and I just wanted to share what stuck out to me in today's Bible in a Year plan. Matthew 26, 40 through 46, and Mark 14, 37 and 38. And so it's the same story in those two different gospels. Jesus has taken the disciples, they've had the Last Supper, they've gone to the Garden of Gethsemane. The disciples are like, Jesus, we got your back. And Jesus is like, cool, I'm going to go pray. And then this is what happened. Starting in verse 40, and he came back and he came to the disciples and found them sleeping. And he said to Peter, so you could not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray that you may not enter into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Again, for the second time, he went away and prayed, my Father, if this cannot pass unless I drink it, your will be done. And again he came and found them sleeping, for their eyes were heavy. So leaving them again, he went away and prayed for a third time, saying the same words again. Then he came to the disciples and said to them, sleep and take your rest later on. See, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us be going. See, my betrayer is at hand. And so, Jesus went away to pray. He comes back. They're sleeping. Goes away to pray again. Comes back. They're sleeping again. So much for staying awake, keeping watch, having your back. And from Mark 14, verse 37, same thing. And he came and found them sleeping. And he said to Peter, Simon, are you asleep? Could you not watch 1 hour? Watch and pray that you may not enter into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. So I just wrote in my commentary, there are so many verses that I could write about in these two chapters because it's just so full of great stuff. Jesus, and like I said before, Jesus and the disciples have the Last Supper. Jesus tells Judas that he will betray him. Jesus tells Peter that he will deny him. And Peter does. And the rooster crows. And Peter is like devastated, right? Because again, Peter's like, Jesus, I got your back. And not only was he sleeping, and then the second time he was sleeping, and then the third time he was sleeping, but then he says, I love you so much, Jesus. I would never turn on you. And Jesus says, no, you'll deny me 3 times before the rooster crows. And I say this because I relate to Peter. I'm Peter, right? God, I'm going to do this. My spirit is willing. I'm praying to you. Guide me. Help me live in your intention every day of my life. And then every day I'm that guy that's asleep. The flesh is weak. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And so, what I say in my commentary is, when Jesus confronts Peter and the other disciples in these verses, it reminds me of my failures. I feel like Jesus is talking to me. Jesus is saying, Brian, I know that you believe in me with all your heart, and you want nothing more to live into my intention for your life. I know that you want to spread the good news that I bring and make disciples of all nations and love others the way that I love you. So can't you stay awake and focus for 1 stinking hour? Yes. That's me. You know, and then, hey, Jesus comes back to me again. And the Holy Spirit calls on me. Jesus comes back to me again. The Holy Spirit calls on me. And he comes back to you, and he calls on you, and he's after you, and he loves you. And God's given me talents, and he's calling me to make better use of my talents. And he's calling you to make better use of your talents. And I realize that I can't do it on my own, but through Christ, all things are possible. What's impossible with man is possible with Jesus Christ. Have an awesome evening. I love you guys. God bless you.